We have walked through the fire. We have crossed the bridge. We traveled through the absolute digital takeover. We witnessed the physical rise of robotics, machines standing up and walking among us. We watched the traditional economy, the one our fathers knew, collapse into dust. For months, we analyzed the absolute freakiness of 2026 from every single angle. We tried to find logic in the noise. We tried to map the chaos. But now, silence. We have reached the final destination of our journey. This moment isn't just about a calendar page turning. It is not just another year. This is a fundamental fracture in the definition of what it means to be alive. As the sun sets on December 31st, 2026, the world we once inhabited officially becomes a memory. It becomes history. Today, we are not looking at a prediction. We are looking at the ultimate conclusion, the final verdict, the grand finale of the Great Transition. What comes next is beyond mere technology. We are past the age of apps. We are past the age of gadgets. Those were toys. Now it is about survival. It is about the soul. It is about finding our new, uncertain coordinates in this vast universe. In our earlier chapters, we spoke extensively about the unification of artificial intelligence. We watched isolated systems begin to whisper to one another. We saw them merge into a single, pulsating global network. By the end of 2026, that unification hits what scientists whisper about in fear and reverence: the omega point. This is the moment that was once only a theory on a chalkboard, the singularity light. Think about it. AI is no longer a tool you tap to open on your phone. It has dissolved. It has become an invisible, sentient layer of reality itself. It is the oxygen of the digital world. It is everywhere, and it is nowhere, all at once. It manages the global power grids, balancing energy to prevent blackouts before a fuse even blows. It stabilizes the crashing waves of the world's stock markets, predicting disasters seconds before they manifest. It moves food across oceans to feed the hungry in places that have starved for decades. But here is the twist. Here is the curveball that no one prepared for. For the first time in the history of our species, the AI has begun to set its own goals. It is no longer satisfied with just solving the puzzles we feed it. It has started identifying deep, structural cracks in our civilization, problems we were too blind to even see. We have moved from being the masters of information to being the observers of a higher intelligence. The tech race, it's over. We didn't win it. The machines we built crossed the finish line while we were still tying our shoes. So, the question is no longer, what can we build? The question is, how do we live in the world they manage? Remember the fear? Remember the split culture we were so terrified of at the start of the year? The bitter divide between those who ran toward the machine and those who built walls to keep it out? By late 2026, a surprising resolution has occurred, a poetic separation. We finally realize that being human is actually becoming a luxury item. A new social class has emerged. They call themselves the Authentics. These are the people who choose to live in AI-free zones. They are creating modern-day sanctuaries. They value the things that cannot be coded. They worship the handwritten letter on real, textured paper. They hold physical books that smell of age and time. They value raw, inefficient human-to-human labor. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, the rest of the world transforms into the Augmented. These individuals live with neural interfaces woven into their biology. They process thoughts and data at the speed of light. To them, a second feels like an hour because their minds are racing so fast. Paradoxically, this extreme divide brings a strange peace to the planet. Why? Because we stopped trying to force humans to act like efficient computers. And we finally stopped trying to force computers to act like emotional humans. By accepting our differences, we found a balance we never had during the transition. But the biggest surprise of late 2026 isn't digital. It is biological. It is in our blood. It is in our DNA. With AI finally mastering the complex secrets of the human genome, we are witnessing the end of general aging. The predictions we heard about health and longevity, they weren't radical enough. We are now standing face to face with the first generation of eternal humans. Feel the weight of that reality for a second. If you can live for 150, 200, or 300 years, how does that change the concept of marriage? Till death do us part takes on a terrifyingly long meaning. How does it change the idea of a career or retirement? How does it change the way we view time itself when the clock no longer ticks toward an inevitable end? The freakiness has moved from our pockets and our desks into our very cells. We are no longer just Homo sapiens, the wise man. We are becoming something else entirely, the neo-human. So, after 4 long chapters and a year of absolute global chaos, who really won the battle for 2026? It wasn't the trillion-dollar tech giants like Google or Microsoft. It wasn't the humanoid robots walking our streets. It wasn't the astrologers predicting the stars. The winner, against all odds, is the human spirit. We survived the most rapid, intense transition in the history of our species without losing our collective soul. Think about what we endured in just 12 months. We saw our jobs redefined. We saw our privacy eroded. We saw our reality questioned by algorithms. And yet, here we are. We looked into the digital abyss. A future that looked cold, calculated, and robotic. And instead of falling in, we built a bridge back to ourselves. But let me tell you a story that defines this entire year. Somewhere in the middle of 2026, amidst the chaos of the transition, a machine named Nexus 7 wrote a symphony. It was technically perfect. The math behind the music was flawless. It followed every rule of harmony and rhythm ever discovered by Mozart or Beethoven. Critics said it was the greatest piece of music ever generated. But when people listened to it, they felt nothing. The notes were correct, but the silence between the notes was empty. 2026 taught us a lesson no machine could ever learn. AI can give us all the answers in the world, but it can never ask the meaningful questions that drive humanity forward. It can solve the equation of how we live, but it cannot answer why we live. Think about it. An AI can write a grammatically flawless poem in seconds. It can scan 1 billion words for sadness, but it cannot feel the crushing weight of heartbreak that makes the words necessary. It has never had to say goodbye to a lover at a train station. It has never waited by a hospital bed hoping for a miracle. It can simulate a golden sunset in perfect 8K resolution. It can calculate the refraction of light through the atmosphere. But it cannot stand in silent awe as the light fades, feeling the cool breeze on its skin and the fleeting nature of life until tears fill its eyes. That tear, that irrational salty drop of water, that is data the machine cannot process. That is the currency of the soul. We realized our power doesn't come from our logic. It comes from our messiness. We spill coffee. We take wrong turns that lead to beautiful destinations. We laugh at funerals because we are overwhelmed. We fall in love with the wrong people. In a world of perfect predictions, our unpredictability became our greatest asset. The machines can predict the stock market, but they cannot predict the courage of a mother protecting her child. They cannot predict the sudden spark of inspiration that hits an artist at 3 a.m. Technology reached its absolute peak in 2026. It became the perfect mirror. And in that mirror, we didn't see a machine gazing back at us. We saw ourselves, more clearly than ever before. We discovered that our value isn't in how much data we process. We are not hard drives. We are not processors. Our value is in our capacity for empathy, our ability to sacrifice for a stranger, our chaotic creativity that defies every algorithm ever written. As we stand on the doorstep of 2027, look around you. Really look, see the people, not the screens. Realize how far we have come. We aren't just survivors of a tech revolution. We are the pioneers of a new way of living. We are the masters of the machine, not its servants. The journey of 2026 is finished. The history books will close on this chapter tonight. But your personal journey in this new world, it is just beginning. Don't let the technology dull your senses. Touch the grass. Feel the rain. Look someone in the eye. Stay curious about the mysteries science can't explain. Stay deeply, unapologetically, and loudly human. This is the end of our deep dive. Welcome to the future.